We can
start it right now.
Hey, welcome to.
You don't even have to do that. That's the worst part of podcasting.
That is the worst part. But I think it's interesting because we're now podcast brothers. So this is our first episode. I mean, we've done a podcast episodes, but you and I are SMUDGEHAWKS.
SMUDGEHAWKS.
And maybe we should go into the SMUDGEHAWKS story. But basically, you and I have made an oath. To put out things.
Yeah.
And part of it, and I think, is because...
which wasn't even our... we didn't just decide that. Life decided that for us.
Yes. I was in Colorado at the cabin, and you were in Austin, fed up with life.
Ranting, screaming.
Yeah. And how'd this all go down again?
Someone got a job that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's about how it went. I was fighting for a job for months, and somebody got it with ease.
Yes.
Somebody got it with no effort.
Let's not rehash all the...
Somebody had naturally more talent than me, whereas I was working too hard for it. Maybe I was too desperate. And they got the job with nothing.
I think it wasn't about you at all.
It might have not been about me at all.
Yeah.
But in my world, it was about me.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out and screaming about it.
And you called me.
And
or I called you. One of those two.
Well, that's the thing is, you heard, and you called me. We hadn't talked about it. You called me and said, "Hey, buddy, how you feeling?" Because you already knew that I was about to pop off.
Yeah. You needed someone to vent that to.
Yeah.
And I was your vent guy.
And then I was getting ready to go into a show. And I think we randomly were like, dude, we just got to let's start a podcast. We got to create shit. And as I said that, a hawk flew over the car. Like, beautifully soared over the car.
Yeah.
Like.
And then you took a picture of... you took a picture of the hawk.
At the point that I had taken the photo, it was so far away that it looked like the smallest brown smudge on the windshield of the car.
And that was a perfect metaphor for where we both were, and I think who we are a bunch of SMUDGEHAWKS. Something majestic that if you were to ask someone to look at, they'd be like, "What? What is that? Who cares?"
They're a SMUDGEHAWK.
They're a SMUDGEHAWK. And that's, I think, part of our beauty.
Yeah.
Is we are beautiful.
Yeah.
But
we're patriotic.
No one notices.
Yeah. We're mysterious and patriotic and chaotic.
To the untrained eye, just a smudge.
Just a smudge.
But if you really pay attention, we're so much more than a smudge.
Yeah.
We're a SMUDGEHAWK.
Mm.
And I think, because, like, you and I over this last couple of years, over this last 6 months, I'd say, have drastically changed our lives. We had an Instagram reel go viral because we were both getting shit-faced and podcasting, and it was following us. And now you're sober, I'm pretty sober. I've done...
Which is true. You are pretty sober.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm not drinking, so why would you drink?
Right.
It's kind of...
Well, exactly, because...
We had fun drinking together.
Yes.
It's not fun.
No. It's just, like, really depressing and weird.
Yeah.
When it's...
It's also, like, only when you're out drinking and you're like, I'm going to have a fun night. I'm like, I'd love to hop on that wagon. I'd love to hop on the old Dylan Sullivan drunk night wagon.
Weren't they fun?
They're fucking amazing.
We had some fun times.
We had great times. But
one time we kissed in a field.
We made out in a field.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful field. And we were like, what if there's snakes here? What if there's snakes there? I said, Patrick, hold me, there's snakes. I don't care. And we were like both, I don't know if you were, but I was fucked up on nitrous. We were so drunk. We ended up.
It was my birthday, wasn't
Who
it?
even brought us to that? Because what happened was it was your birthday. We were partying at like Iron Bear,
Yeah.
which is a nice gay club in Austin, Texas. And
Shout out Iron Bear.
then somebody was like, "I got a connection to a barn party." 30 minutes into the middle of nowhere.
I think it was Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, there's a barn rave. There's a rave at a barn. And we rallied the troops.
We rallied
And this
everybody.
was when everyone first moved to Austin, so
Yeah.
everyone was friends.
Yeah.
No cliques had
We were
formed
all
yet.
friends, and none of us had really known each other yet.
Right.
And we showed up already drunk. I think I drove all of us out there. We were all hammered.
Yeah.
And then there were like just coolers lying around everywhere with beer. But it was kind of like a video game because there was like 4 coolers all kind of scattered throughout the barn and the
And
field.
there was like a house with a pool inside.
Yeah, there was it was kind of like a carport, like a
Yeah, it was so far out of the city. You couldn't see any buildings. It was just so
pitch black.
pitch black out there.
And then there was in the barn, there was just a fuck ton of giant nitrous tanks where they were blowing up a bunch of balloons and passing them out. And I was like, I've never done this before, but might as well.
Yeah, I did a little nitrous as well.
And I sucked in like 3 balloons.
And then I remember we were with Lucas, and I don't know how we got out to the field. We're like, Lucas, Patrick, and I are gonna go walk by that tree. And I remember the tree vividly.
Yeah, I don't remember I remember staring at the stars. I was like fully in the field, like holy fuck.
And then how did we?
I don't even know. We were both joking about how there's snakes in the grass. And then I think we just made it. Because I was like, happy birthday. I looked down from the stars and you were like, there's snakes. And I was like, happy birthday. And we made out.
It was a beautiful moonlit tree.
Yeah. Okay, I remember the tree now. Now that you said moonlit, I remember exactly what you're talking about. And then Lucas McCrary went, Dylan, Patrick.
We're like, God damn
And
it,
we were like,
Lucas.
wow, this is over. You ruined a relationship.
Yeah, do you think if Lucas had not interrupted, you and I would be like married?
Yeah, we might be married. We've
That's
always said it would
wild.
be the best life.
Oh, we'd have an incredible life.
Do you remember when I had that the ex-girlfriend, the
Which one?
the half black girl when I first moved here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had that bit about how I wanted to fully just marry you. And I wanted to fully get married and like not just get married, but propose to you. I wanted to bring you and me go to a very nice. Maybe I shouldn't even talk about this because I want to do it still one
I
day.
know. I think.
But we're probably never going to do this.
Why?
It's such a great bit.
What's stopping us?
What's stopping us?
And
But
now,
to go to, like, a
Heather
nice-
can be in on it too.
True. A beautiful, like, scenic restaurant on, like, mountains. I propose to you. We get someone to record it. We get a bunch of people to go, oh, my God, yay, gay couple getting married. We send out invitations. Like a genuine, like, 2-year-long engagement where we just live together. We fully commit to the bit. And then when people were like, haha, yeah, you guys are, you're getting married, whatever. And then we have a wedding.
Yeah.
We
And it's
fully
awesome.
And
It's just
all
a
one
beautiful wedding.
big prank. It's one big prank
Yeah.
that only you and me know about. Maybe Heather's in on it, unless we really want to trick her too.
Well, because you're with Heather.
yeah.
So I think what would be funny is if we bring her in. We can't tell her about this yet. But we bring her in, and she's the distraught lady where, like, now your guys' relationship is destroyed.
Right. And she goes around town going, yeah, I didn't even know he was gay. I don't even know. I didn't even know they were in love.
I thought that kiss with the moon tree was just a friend thing.
I thought that was just the nitrous.
Yeah. Actually, we can't include this in
Because we're going to do it?
because we should at least keep the possibility of doing it.
The possibility of doing it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The genuine wedding is what gets everybody.
Yes. Well, that's the thing is if I get money or you get money, that's something stupid enough that I would
want to do
do
it.
it.
A beautiful wedding where we're really like in love.
Yeah.
We write real vows.
We write real vows.
We cry during our vows.
Yeah.
The day I met you, I knew you were the one for me.
Yeah.
I've never felt a connection
It took me the
strong.
day. It took me until day 10.
That's what I love about you. Your charm. Your charm and your humor.
Yeah.
Nobody compares.
Your reverence.
Your reverence.
Your reverence and your boldness.
And we're both crying,
Yeah.
holding hands while we're saying all this.
Just a beautiful ceremony.
And everybody in the crowd's crying.
Yeah.
All of our comedian friends.
Oh, and you know we would kill it.
And our family. That's the other thing.
And our family.
That was the other thing. You come to Christmas. We're a gay couple at Christmas.
Yes.
You're my boyfriend at Christmas.
Right.
And I don't let my family in, and I just tell them I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
Yeah.
And Dylan is my husband.
Yeah.
We're getting married.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, I don't think you and I sharing a bed would be good.
No, I can't share a bed with a small person.
I know. So but that happens. And we're both men, so it could be like we're just one of those couples that have our own separate bedrooms.
Yeah. And we don't mind. There's nothing weird about it.
No.
It's because there's no female brain involved in this situation.
So it's all logic.
There's no one going, why don't you want to be in the room with me?
Right.
It's all logical.
I'm like, oh, word, Patrick's in the other room? Cool.
Yeah. We come. He's within yelling distance.
Yes. So,
but then the other question is, once we kiss, you may kiss the husband.
mm-hmm.
Does it end there? Do we turn to everybody and go, gotcha?
No. No. We do the honeymoon and
And then-
take everyone's gifts.
We take everyone's gifts.
Yeah.
We take the money,
Yeah.
even though we lost a lot of money on booking everything.
Yeah, but it won't matter.
And then I think at least 10 years, at most 10 years, 10 years of a real marriage. We buy a house. We adopt a... Maybe we adopt a dog. And
Yeah.
we kind of have the dog as our son. Like, that's
Yeah.
our son.
We have a dog son. A son dog.
A son dog. And we kind of have we have an Instagram of our we share an Instagram, a little
Yeah.
you, me, and the dog.
Yeah.
And it's
The SMUDGEHAWKS family.
the SMUDGEHAWKS family. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's just us in sweaters in front of a Christmas tree with our dog.
Yeah. And I'm going,
'Cause
and you're throwing a snowball.
pillow fight? A
Yeah.
pillow fight photo shoot?
Yeah.
And the dog's like,
That's the thing. Is in our marriage, we should go like insanely too many cards.
every holiday?
It's Memorial Day.
A serious Juneteenth
Yeah.
one? Just
just
we're full on Black Panthers. From our family to yours, happy Juneteenth.
and then we can do St. Patrick's, and I'll be like, because you're
I'll-
Patrick.
And I'll be drinking.
Yeah. And I'll be like,
Yeah.
it's Asian Pacific away.
From our family.
Don't
to
do
yours.
that. Don't do that
I
on
didn't
the
do
podcast.
it. I implied it.
Yeah. I just squinted. There was dust in the room.
I was wiping my eyes.
Yeah. We just send like 40
cards a year?
throughout the year.
For our birthdays, even.
Yes.
It's Patrick's birthday. Happy birthday, Patrick.
I'm happy for you guys, but this is way too much.
From our family to yours. Happy birthday, Patrick.
It's Patrick's birthday, and it's like not even an invitation.
Yeah, It's just a celebration. It's just a recognition of my birthday. They wouldn't even get it on the day.
No.
It'd be like Patrick's birthday was 3 days ago.
We send them out late.
We send them out late.
And then we could then send a sorry for Patrick's late birthday card.
Apology.
Yeah.
Every gift card, every postcard has a follow-up apology card.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay.
Yeah, we send everything a week off.
Where we're just sorry.
But each sorry is different. It's not a generic. Yeah.
Every card is different.
Yeah.
We have a different outfit every time. The dog's doing something new. I picture a bloodhound.
It's National Girl Scout Day. What was that?
It's fucking startled me. I think it was the spirit of our future dog.
What happened?
That battery pack fell
Which one?
right there on the light.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah,
God.
it's fine.
Yeah. I think that's the thing is like we would have an exceptionally good marriage.
So then maybe through the postcard joke, that's how we end it. Joke's on you. A postcard that's like, we were never married.
Well, I think by that point, we'll definitely have like a larger following.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we could even make it like a spectacle, like
Divorce.
a divorce live, like in an
Fake
octagon.
divorce. Like we fight. We fight.
Yeah, and whoever wins gets like more of a percentage or whatever. With like sock and boppers.
With what?
With like sock and boppers.
Like the
Or,
big
those two-
inflatable
yeah.
things? Just a cartoonish fight.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot.
And then it's great because then we go on all the podcast circuits.
Talk shit about each other.
Yeah. And we just make up like wild shit.
It wasn't
rumors.
even my idea to send all those postcards.
Yeah.
I know you guys were annoyed by those. That was Dylan.
Patrick beat me on several occasions. He screamed, "I will kill you, I will kill you." And now I can't be in Pirates of the Caribbean 8.
Well, did you see all the postcards he made me send to you? Wouldn't you guys do the same thing?
And then every month we'll do a divorce check-in podcast episode.
How's it being divorced from me?
Yeah. And we just
Just
sit
being petty towards each other?
we sit on opposite sides of a 100-yard table.
We both keep calling the dog over. Yeah. Broody.
Oh, that'd be a
Couldn't
fun
think of it
divorce
more- no,
competition.
For the dog.
Yeah.
That's why we bring the dog in.
Yeah.
I picture a bloodhound for this whole situation.
Yeah, it's
I think a bloodhound is a perfect gay guy dog.
yeah.
I don't know why, but it seems right.
Yeah. You could do that.
For our situation, it seems right because a gay dog like a Chihuahua or something is too over the top.
No one would ever buy that. They'd
No
be like,
one-
"This is
yeah.
a practical joke," because
This
you
is
and I
fake.
wouldn't have that
No.
dog.
But a bloodhound, I feel like, is kind of matches our vibe.
I could also see us with a husky.
I'm not really a husky guy.
Oh, well, now the arguments begin. We're not even
We're
a
too
day into
soon.
our
We're
fake
too-
marriage.
It's too soon.
Yeah. We'll know when it's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Patrick,
The bloodhound comes after the wedding too. The dog, the bloodhound. I'm deciding it's a bloodhound.
there he is being bold again. How do you think your dad and siblings would react to you marrying me?
If we full-fledged got married,
Yeah.
I think my family would be. I think they'd call me a fag every time they saw me.
Yeah, but that's fun.
Ah, well, if it isn't the fag, and I think they'd look at me and go, you know,
But then when I came in,
You might turn their mind on it.
I think if there was anyone to do it, I think I'd be the one to do it.
I think you'd be able to turn them around.
Yeah.
But
because you and I aren't the typical gay couple.
we're not the typical gay couple.
No.
Not at all. We're like if Tim Dillon married Tim Dillon.
Yeah. We're like, hey, we got to go to the Home Depot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're both working on the yard.
And there's a Michael's next to the Home Depot, and we don't even think about going inside of it. What am I going to do, crafts?
Yeah.
I've made up my decision on what I'm doing
We've
with my
got
life.
a deck to build.
I don't have time to paint with you.
Yeah. Who do you think would I have the hardest time with in your family? Your dad?
My brother Mark, for sure.
But Mark already kind of likes me.
That's true. Maybe my little sister.
No.
You guys might butt heads. No, I think you guys might butt heads.
Really?
She's a little, she's a little teenage girl. She's a little teenage girl.
I know how to deal with teenage girls.
That's true. Maybe. I feel like the biggest threat to a gay man is a teenage girl. The arch nemesis.
You know what I'd do is we'd be like at your house and she'd be like, whatever, I don't care about you fags. And then I'd be like, well, let me talk to her. What's your sister's name again?
Isabella.
Hey, Isabella, can you come in? She'd be like, fine. Why? I'd be like, hey, Isabella. Bam, 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 bam.
You just beat the shit out of her?
Yeah, like prison rules.
By the time this marriage takes place, she'll be 20, so it'll be fine.
Wow.
Because she's 18 now.
Yeah, then she'll get over it.
You can beat the shit out of a 20-year-old woman.
Yeah, that's
Is
no
it
problem.
illegal to beat a woman? It is illegal to beat. It's illegal to assault someone.
Yeah, anybody.
But is it more illegal to assault a woman?
I don't think legally, but I think
Morally.
I think the courts would be like, yo.
Right.
But then there's self-defense
Because
stuff.
she's less of a threat to you.
So
Because, there's videos online of, like, girls slapping men and being like, fucking bitch.
although I've
bitch
seen,
liar.
and
the guy, like, knocks out the girl, and everyone in the comments is like, self-defense. And it's like, well, let's not.
Yeah.
We know what it's not. Those slaps didn't.
Just this week, I was looking at Instagram Reels from the Instagram account was just guys hitting women. It had a good amount of videos.
That's crazy.
And
Really?
self-defense stuff usually. Who knows? And
Or sometimes just real assault.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Whoever categorized that knew exactly what I wanted to say. No. But it is wild because it's like, there's self-defense, at a certain point you got to hit back. But I understand what you're saying. It's like, even if she's slapping you a lot, I don't think I would fully deck someone.
No.
Unless it was like...
Well, you would do it because you lost control of yourself, and then the last thing to do is go, self-defense. When realistically it was just you being so angry that you just punched a fucking woman in her head. But I get it. I do get it. Because in the videos, the woman is like full-fledged.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The fuck are you gonna do? Slapping them on the head. And you are like, all right. At a point. It's like, I think it's like the 13th hit. But it's also, she gets 13 slaps in and you're sitting there going, fucking. And then you do one deck and it's done.
Yeah.
One punch. Even the fucking frailest guy in the world punching a girl, it's gonna fuck her up.
Well, I don't think the woman is expecting to get hit.
Other than, actually, I watched Kyle Rittenhouse beat the shit out of a girl, and he didn't do much to her.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a video of Kyle Rittenhouse like beating up a girl when he was like 16. There's like a video of it. But he attacks her, and she kind of just takes it. Because he's like a little pudgy, dumb kid.
Damn.
A little pudgy artard. And he hits like that. He's like, get out of my face! And he hits her, and she kind of just takes it. So I guess not every man punch is...
Just when you think you know a guy.
Genuinely. I was like, looking into it. I wanted to see more of his work. And then I found that, and I was like, never mind.
What do you think that guy does for work now?
That would terrify me to be that. To have a murderer reputation? To have the reputation of you are a murderer?
That guy's not going to New York and California.
No. No, he's going to like Idaho bars.
Yeah.
Or Idaho like diners.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, Nebraska.
You kind of have to plan your vacations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Around like racist cities.
Specifically red states.
Kids. Yeah, we're going to Waterloo, Kentucky this year. Who's stoked?
Yeah. That's crazy. That's a crazy life to live. To be
everyone
just a murderer.
Everyone in the car, we're going to Chechnya.
He is he's young too, and he has to date. That must be hard.
Well, yeah. Well, and also it's like the only chicks he's getting is like the...
I bet there's some blonde Republican MILFs that would fuck him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's some ideological like... But that's the thing is now you're only fucking people who are like really into politics.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like they want you to put
on
Rittenhouse
Rittenhouse isn't ever hooking up with someone like non-political.
Yeah. I guess unless he got a dumb girl who doesn't follow anything. That might be, yeah. You know? I don't know who you are. That girl might fuck him. A hot, dumb girl who doesn't know who he is because she doesn't watch TV.
Well, I don't think he's a very handsome guy.
No, he's a... We saw him. Did you see him when he was here?
Yeah,
He's a little snowball looking kid. He looks like a snowman.
He's like younger than us.
He looks like a little snowman.
It's kind of eerie.
It is crazy going through life knowing you took 2 lives. Like it's gotta weigh on you.
Did he shoot 2 people?
Yeah. Shot and killed 2 people. But when you watch the videos, you are like, all right. It's not like he just walked up and shot 2 people.
Dude, you remember that kid who had the hat? You remember a Hat Kid?
The Indian guy banging the drum in his face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won that court case.
Oh, he won the fuck out of that case.
Yeah.
Kathy Griffin ruined her career over that kid.
Who's Kathy Griffin?
Kathy Griffin.
Oh, Kathy Griffin.
Kathy Griffin.
She did the beheading Trump thing.
Yeah, she did that too. She did that before.
That was insane.
Holy shit, did she ruin her career?
Well, then she backed down. It's like if you're gonna go that far, you just gotta double down.
That's what I said about Kyle Gass.
If I was Kathy Griffin and I had done that Trump beheading thing, you better believe after the assassination attempt, I would have just posted a picture with a rifle and then went, whoops.
I'm a mathlete, not a shooter.
Yeah, I'm a comedian.
Because also Trump came out, when she did that, Trump came out the next day and was like, can you believe this? My son, Barron Trump, had to see that.
Yeah.
Which would have been funny if the next day she posted a picture of Barron Trump's head.
Yeah, that was
just every day did a new Trump family member head.
Yeah.
That'd be great. She should have doubled down and been like, I'm a comic.
Yeah. She should have had a video of like, and this is your grandkid. And then she goes into fake labor and pulls a fetus out and crushes
and pops the head off of it.
Always double down.
I wonder if the photographer, because the story is that the photographer, she came in and the photographer was like, hey, I have this Trump head. You want to cover it in blood and pose with it? I wonder if he thinks about that every day.
Oh, man. There's no way.
The odds of having a Trump head in a bucket of blood.
I mean, I'm sure that was the photographer being like, "This one's gonna get me big,"
Yeah,
and it did,
it might have. Yeah, it might have soared his fucking career. Who knows?
or destroyed it,
Or destroyed it.
Who knows?
One or the other.
Yeah,
Definitely gave him a reputation.
dude. Let's talk about how we've changed in the last 6 months. What was it that made you quit alcohol? Because you didn't really quit completely. Like you'll have a drink, but you never drunk anymore. And I'm wondering, like,
Yeah.
or sparingly, I don't know.
No, I'm completely done drinking with for the rest of my life. Because I was never a drinker. I never drank alcohol. And I was that kid in high school that everyone thought did drugs. Like everyone thought I was like people would come to me and be like, "Hey, do you know where to get cocaine?" And I'd be like, how the fuck would I know? And they'd be like, "You're not on cocaine?" And I'd be like, "No, I have ADHD wicked bad. I'm hyper as fuck."
Yeah.
And I didn't drink until I was 20 years old. And the only reason I started drinking was because I was at open mics and this guy, like Andrew McGinnis or some shit, came up to me after and was like, "Hey, you want to have a drink with me?" And I was like,
Did he have that voice too?
"Yeah, he's a Boston Irish
Oh,
guy."
okay. Yeah.
"Hey, you want to have a drink with me?" I'll buy it. And I was 20, like, I mean, I don't know. But nobody knew I was 20 because I also still looked like this.
You still had a beard and stuff.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he bought me a beer, and the bartender looked at me and was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I drank a beer, and then I was like 20 years old, had my first beer around my new friends, because I also had never had friends my whole life. That's a crazy thing about me. You could ask my
That's
brothers.
what you said, dude. That's crazy.
I never had friends my whole life. Genuinely, I would sit at home alone all the time. I would like walk around outside by myself. I'd play games by myself. I was a hardcore loner, like genuinely. And so when I was
Didn't
20,
you get bullied, or why was that?
I was just not cool. I wasn't bullied as bad, but I would kind of bully the kids who would have been my friends in front of the cool kids so that the cool kids wouldn't bully me.
But then they still didn't like
But then
you.
the kids who should have been my friends wouldn't be my friends because they'd be like, "You're a fucking dick." So then I had no friends at all. And like wholeheartedly, no friends. Nothing. My cousin Matt was my best friend forever.
Yikes.
Yeah, I was best friends with my cousin for years and years. And we would just get high and play video games together in our teenage years. So then when I was like at the tail end of 19, I started comedy. It was my first time like meeting people who had the same interests as me and had the same like mindset as me. And it was just off to the races.
Wow.
In comedy is the first time I've ever had like real life friends, which is crazy.
That's wild.
So then that's why I started drinking, because I was like, wow, I could get drunk with my friends. These are my friends. And then it just got away from me. And I drank I just drank for the last 4 years. So then last year I was drinking every day, and I was at the worst time of my life. When we recorded that last podcast, that was the darkest depths I've ever been to.
Yeah, and I told you it was.
Yeah, and I was fully like, just like laughing about it. But it was totally just the darkest time of my life, which wasn't that dark. I wasn't like sucking dick for crack or anything. But I was just living in a shitty place, and I was drinking every day with no job, no money, no car, genuinely nothing.
Yeah, you
Like,
were kind of a nuisance, to be honest.
Yeah, there was no reason to exist. And then, yeah, the drinking every day, living on Gareth Fisk's couch is...
And Garrett's a big drinker.
And Garrett's a big drinker. So, yeah, it was just every day being like... and then when I would walk into a room, people would kind of give that like, Patrick's here. Instead of like for a while where it was like, hey, Patrick's here. Where
Yeah, it turned because it was really dope for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then at a certain point, it started to be like negative alcoholism.
Yeah.
Which nobody likes.
Nobody likes. Because, yeah, like I said, when I was 20, it began like, oh, I'm drinking with my friends. And then it quickly turned into, I have no friends, so I'm going to drink. Like
Yeah.
a rapid decline.
Yeah.
But...
So what was there a moment, or did you just wake up one day?
Yeah, I went home for Christmas last December, and I drank like 20 beers in a day. Like my first day I landed in Boston, I got together with my family, and I was like, let's fucking drink. And I drank like 20 beers that day, and I wasn't drunk. So I snuck to the store, and I bought a little pint of whiskey for myself, and I snuck into my bedroom to drink it. And as I snuck into my bedroom to drink it, I was like, oh shit, I'm like sneaking away to drink by myself. That's bad. And I just didn't drink, and I just stopped. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get sober. And then I just didn't drink for the rest of the trip. Because I realized, like, oh shit, I wasn't even doing it like I wasn't even aware of what I was doing. It was just subconsciously just being like, well, don't let them see that you're drinking. Don't let them see that you bought the pint.
Yeah.
Don't let them see that you're not drunk off 20 beers. So then when I realized that, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. So then I just kind of cut it off there. Because I also drink a fuck ton, which this is a problem. Keith Ray told me this. Keith Ray, well-known alcoholic, he told me, he was like, yeah, you were one of the only people that could ever drink with me in Austin. And I was like, fuck. He was like, yeah, you were the only person who could match my speed. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And he's like a 32-year-old lifelong drunk. So it's like, fuck, the fact that I could handle that much alcohol is crazy.
That is pretty rough.
It's pretty rough. So it's nice that it's like, but luckily I never had like a lifelong problem. It was more of just a thing that started that I was like, oh, I can't do this. Because I did that with weed too. I smoked weed all throughout high school, and I loved it, and I was addicted to it. And then when I got out of high school, I was like, oh, this kind of just makes me sad now.
Yes.
Like I'm not doing anything, so now weed seems like not the right move. So then I quit weed, and I haven't smoked weed ever since. So then I've done that with alcohol now, where I'm like, oh, alcohol isn't my vice either. So weed and alcohol are out. So I think I'm going to move on to cocaine.
Yeah.
I think I might move on to sex trafficking or
Some
something.
uppers.
No. Maybe I'm just a wild guy.
No, but I think you
Comedy
are a wild guy, but if you've been redirecting that energy more positive lately, in positive directions, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, everything's turned around. It is funny how everything turns around within a few months.
Yeah.
When you get clean.
For me, it was going on keto. I started keto maybe in late December, and then I just felt like I was getting on a roll. And then I noticed that the alcohol was like hindering my performances.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like that night, so because sometimes you'd get like the set that was just like fucking amazing that you can't replicate.
Yeah.
But if you're always chasing that dragon, it's like there's no, you know. And then I just remember specifically there'd be nights where like you, me, sometimes Heather and Zach, we would just go to Moose Knuckle, and they had those $5 pitchers of hard liquor.
That's kind of what did it for me.
Yeah.
Because that was around September after Nick Roche died. It was after that period where we found that place, which we all kind of had a grieving.
Yeah, we had a grieving and
just problem.
Drank a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, that was bad. Moose Knuckle Days, literally $5 liquor pitchers.
Yeah.
So
at least like 4 or 5 shots.
At least. Half whiskey, half Coke. And then I made friends with the bar.
I would do it with vodka soda.
Oof. I made a point to make a friend with the bartender.
Yeah.
So then she would
that
fucking
one lady.
that crazy lady. She like literally like kind of like a Snooki type.
Yeah.
All my friends are here. She was fucking nuts. And she would pour and look at me and be like, and I'd be like, it would be like literally 3/4 of the pitcher would be whiskey. And she'd be looking at me like, you're gonna get fucked up. And I'd just hand her $5 for that. And yeah. And that would be at like 9 p.m. So we would have like
so long.
So then we would have like a crazy like, let's go to Moose Knuckle, We'll get a pitcher, and then we'll start our night.
Yeah, and then that was when it really got rough when we were starting the night like
starting the night there. Yeah.
And who wouldn't if you want to get fucked up for less than $10?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
it got to a point where I was picking up everyone's pitcher because I was like, yeah, it's $20.
And then I would go to the mothership and have a set and then drink there for free. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then it was just like,
it's not good.
Wowza.
That's another thing is why you can't drink in comedy is because everything's free.
Everything's free. It's always available. Yeah. If I want to get fucked up at any time, I can for free.
Yeah, which is terrible. You can't have that.
Right.
That's why. Yeah, that's why you're like rich people.
And I still have my nights sometimes, but like significantly. I think in the last
significantly less
7 months, I've maybe gotten drunk 5 times.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
and even
it's because like and Zach doesn't want to drink as much. Heather and Zach don't drink as much anymore because I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, not to be, this sounds egotistical, but I'm the glue that holds us all together. I am kind of the centerpiece of all of our friendship.
Sure.
Because you're friends with me, Zach's friends with me, and Heather's my girlfriend. Yeah. So I am like the centerpiece of the friendship. So if the centerpiece isn't getting drunk, it is like, why? Well.
Yeah.
Or just in the 4 of our friend group, the 4 of us hanging out, if one of us is just stone cold sober, I feel like the other 3 are like, well, I guess I won't get as fucked up.
But also, it's now you and me, and now kind of Zach.
Right. Yeah.
None of us really get fucked up anymore.
Yeah. Well, Zach was never much of a drinker, anyways.
No.
He would be like a once in a blue moon,
and he would DD us. Okay, so let's go over this. What were my? Because I like to remember the good as well.
Yeah.
Good attributes when I was drunk and bad attributes when I was drunk.
I envision it all the time. You dancing in a club. You have this like, I think you have like a cinematic outlook on life in those moments. Like I've watched you plenty of times dancing in a club like you're in a movie scene to where like if the vibe emits off of you in a way that you're like, wow, this is a movie. you give off the like, oh, this night is a movie type vibe. Where I think you want to go as hard as you fucking can when you're drunk like that.
Yeah.
And you're always on to the next thing.
Yeah, so I'm always making moves and
constantly making moves. Sitting there like, if nothing's happening, you're sitting there going, Zach, buy a pack of cigarettes. We're going to fucking oil cans. And then we'll get 2 beers there, but then we'll hop over to fucking whatever. Larry's or whatever.
Yeah. And then we'll get a burger there. And then
we'll end the night at Denny's.
And then one.
Yeah. And you kind of have the night plotted perfectly. But yeah.
I feel like when I'm drunk, I can sense what everyone needs.
Yeah.
And like I feel like a general when I drink.
Yeah.
A fun fucking general.
Right.
Where I can boop, boop. Got to get out of here. This guy sucks.
Yeah.
Got to move here. Got to go here. We'll have fun. You're acting weird. What's going on?
Yeah.
Shut up.
That is a thing that...
Get back in the fight.
Well, that's a problem, too, is if someone's not having the best night of their life. Because I think when you were drinking... the energy was, hey, this is the best night of our lives. But we literally meant it, not ironic. It wasn't ironic. It was more of a, hey, this is the best night of our lives.
Yeah.
So when someone was like... chilling, you'd be like, why are you not having fun? You're ruining my best night of my life. So then you'd go too deep into them. And then they'd be like, what the fuck? And then you'd be kind of like, the best night of my life is ruined.
And it was a Wednesday.
Because you had plotted out. Yeah, it was a Wednesday. It's because you had plotted out the whole night.
I remember I'd be shit-faced. And it'd be like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. And it'd be like 2:30 a.m. and like, you know, people would be like closing up Sunset or whatever, and I'd be like, yeah. And they'd be like, and like, we're going home, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, why?
Yeah, why? And I'd be like, I quit my job and threw my life away.
God,
I'll get hammered with you.
We could dance, couldn't we?
Oh man.
I would think
danced.
I might say that I don't know if this is true, but at least the top 3 percentile of most fun drunks in Austin when we were drinking.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Because we're not floating the river.
No.
That's 98% of everyone in Austin. They get drunk and they go, let's float the river.
Yeah, let's...
No, that's for acid. That's for mushrooms.
Yeah, let's go play pickleball.
Know where your drugs go.
No, yeah.
Alcohol and clubs.
Okay, and then...
Maybe lesbians. Lesbians have fun.
Yeah.
They're the one... No guy had more fun than us
No.
with alcohol.
No.
Because they're looking to fucking fight, and we never looked to do either of those things.
No, we're just chilling.
We looked to have the best night of our lives.
Yeah.
We were Armie Hammer and Timothy Chalamet in that one scene.
Yeah,
in Call
where
Me
they're
by Your Name,
dancing.
where they're dancing
Yeah.
to fucking Love Your Way. Yeah.
And I would be like, wait, it's that song.
Yeah.
And we
I'd be
Dance
sitting
with a
there smoking
stranger.
cigarette, watching you. And
Yeah.
somebody would be like, are you coming? And I'd be like, yeah. And then we'd...
And then later in the
Just break
deleted,
down.
and then later in the deleted scene, we'd be like, I want to eat you.
Yeah. Grabbing my fucking leg, pulling me out of a bed. Let me eat you. I want to eat you raw.
What a crazy PR thing. I've seen some videos of him trying to come back.
I hate it. I
And
love
he
Armie
just-
Hammer.
Me too. I mean, I will never not, because of Call Me By Your Name, I will love them both forever.
Genuinely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like Dune at all, and I was like, I don't care. I loved Timothy Chalamet.
So we got the positives. So what were the negatives of my drinking?
Do you remember the last night that we all got really hammered together and I didn't get hammered? It was you, me, and Zach.
I do.
And you and Zach got hammered. And
Yeah.
I just hung out with you guys sober. Which Heather made a good point.
I forgot you were sober.
Yeah, Heather made a good point as to like, I still have the energy of a guy. It's fine that I'm sober because I'm not a drunk.
Yeah.
There's people you meet that are sober that
You're not
go,
a drunk. You're an alcoholic.
Yeah. There's people you meet that are sober that you go, you shouldn't be sober.
Right. And we talked about one of those today. We can't say.
We can't say it, but there's
Yeah.
people who are sober that you go, you would benefit from being a drunk.
Yeah, you should get.
You should get back on it.
Yeah.
You didn't really have problems.
No.
You don't have health problems.
You had fun problems.
You had fun problems. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Whereas I had not. I had ruined my life problems.
Yeah.
And what was my point? Oh yeah. But Heather was saying me getting sober, I'm still fun because I still have that hyper activity. Just fucking, I can still hang out till 3 a.m. and keep the same energy as everyone drunk around me.
Yes.
I don't need alcohol to be fucking a retarded guy.
No, you do crazy things sober.
Regardless, I'm still just psychotic.
Yeah. Okay, so
But that night, that was the first night that you were like, let's get fucked up tonight, that I was sober. And I don't know what happened. I think you had a mid-set. But it led to the darkest drunk I've ever seen. In you, at least. And then you...
it was probably like just a pretty good set.
It was probably a fine set.
Yeah, it's
that
fine.
wasn't as good as you wanted. Or someone that you like have competition with did way better than you, so you were like, my set was the worst. So then we ended up behind in the back of Sidebar, which is the worst energy in the world. Just
Yeah.
a coke den, pretty much, of just angry people. Because drinks are cheap, so that's who shows up there. Yeah, drinks are $2.
Yeah.
Those are the worst people. So it wasn't a TGI Fridays, but it wasn't a dive bar that's like Casino El Camino, where it's like a nice, oh, this is a nice dive bar.
Right.
But, you know, normal people come here. Sidebar is fucking trash. Like scary. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona. It has Arizona vibes.
And we were on the back porch.
And we were on the back. And then you were talking about your set and how it was so bad that you were like, I just want to fucking jump off a building right now. Everything I ever believed about myself is false. And I was like, calm down. But then Zach caught your energy. He got bit by the bug because you were like, Zach, do you ever feel like you're the worst person in the fucking world? And Zach was like, honestly, sometimes I do think about myself like that. And then you were both.
You know what's funny about that, though? This is really fucked up. What? But when Zach agreed and then started going on his thing, I was like, like, I kind of need this to be just about me.
Yeah, right. Right.
You know what you mean. I had a drunk feeling.
Fucked up, but I know what you're talking about.
I had this drunk feeling that night where I was talking about, just jumping off a building or whatever. And then I kind of realized, I was like, I'm sure I'd been droning on for like half an hour. But I was like, these guys don't care if I die.
Yeah. No, you were telling me that. You were saying that.
And was I right?
No. I was just sober, so I was like... I was watching you have a drunk meltdown, and I was just watching you like, Jesus, fuck.
Yeah.
Because if I was drunk, I would have been like, you're my brother. You're my brother. You know that drunk?
Yeah,
that gross drunk that when you think about when you're sober in the morning, you're like, oh my God. When you're sitting by a fire and you're like, you're my fucking brother. I would do anything for you.
Hey, listen.
That gross
No,
drunk.
listen. Seriously. No, look at me.
If you died, I'd raise your fucking kids. I'd raise your fucking kids if you died.
If you died, I would take your tissue and I'd find the scientific means to reproduce it. And you wouldn't be the same, but I'd treat you as you were.
I'd fucking vote in laws to freeze bodies to maintain your body.
I would keep you a vegetable until the science caught up.
I would argue with your family about pulling the plug on you.
I would kill anyone who tried to pull that plug.
I'd go to prison for your vegetable body.
Yeah. You don't got it.
But no, like the genuine, the real, when you're genuinely like, I look at me. I love you.
Yeah,
you know that gross drunk.
Oh, it's so gross.
Oof,
and then when you're not
worst.
drunk and you experience that, it's like, oof.
Yes. So that's what I was experiencing was I probably would have matched your energy and been like, are you fucking kidding? I love you. If I was drunk, but I wasn't drunk, so I was like.
But you weren't drunk.
And for the first time in like 3 years, I wasn't drunk. So I was like, holy shit, Dylan's going to kill himself tonight. I kind of just fully was like, fuck, Dylan's going to kill himself tonight.
And it was wild because it was just having an okay set.
Yeah, it was from only getting 14 of your jokes to work out of 15.
Man. Yeah. Best parts of you being drunk. Some of my favorite memories. This one's a negative and a positive. It's positive because it was a really fun story, and it's negative because you were a really fucked up person. The night we went to McDonald's, I was with my boyfriend at the time. You were with Heather, and you instigated a fight with a homeless man sleeping in his car, not doing anything to you. And then he beat the shit out of you.
He pulled me out of the car and beat the shit out of me. And
you got out of the car.
I did get out of the I did get out of the car.
You got out of the car and started a fight with an innocent homeless guy just trying to sleep.
Well, I remember he ripped his shirt off and he was jacked.
Yeah, he was built.
He was shredded. And I was like, all right.
He
ripped his shirt off and then I got out of the car. I saw him and I was like, oh, I ain't winning that one. But I was so drunk that I still got out of the car and went, what are you going to do?
He was so jacked. And it should be like scary to you because it's like, yo, this guy doesn't have a home. This guy lives at the gym.
Yeah. He has nothing to lose. He's desperate.
And trying to sleep.
I always say,
can you imagine if someone got you out of sleep that way?
Yeah.
Completely instant. You're like, you poor homeless fuck.
Where's your home?
Yeah.
That's what I kept yelling.
You said, where's your home?
Where's your home?
And the ironic...
Oh, are you sleeping in your car?
The ironic thing, Patrick, is at the time you were homeless.
I was homeless at the time, yeah. So I was projecting.
That's how all those homophobic guys get all...
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
You're like,
homophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You fucking gay? Ew.
And it was kind of satisfying because, yeah, he ripped off your shirt. He was like throwing you around so much that he ripped your shirt off.
My pants. Like my pants ripped all the way in half.
Yeah.
Because I stepped out of the car, and the way his first move was he grabbed my shirt and he threw me at the ground. And I hit the ground, and I was like, oh,
Pretty hard.
and then I hit the ground hard, and I went, it's on. And I went to sit up, and I fell on my own, and that's when I was like, oh, I'm about to get the shit beat out of me.
But then you did it
took
again.
it easy on me. He hit me a couple of times, and he was kind of just like, you done?
Yeah.
And then you guys kind of separated us, but then that's when I stood up, and I went, you're fucking homeless! You may have kicked my ass, but I'm going to sleep in a bed tonight!
Yeah, it was rough.
Then he left. He got in his car. He went to drive away. And I went, oh, you scared? Oh, you fucking pussy. And then he got out of his car. He slammed the brakes. He got out of the car. And I, with the most drunken confidence in the world, charged him. And for some reason, because I was going like kind of downhill, I thought I could do a jumping drop kick, a fucking running drop kick. And when I went to jump, I just slipped and just flat out fell on my back, and he just clobbered me. I went to do a drop kick, just the most drunk confidence a man could have.
God, dude. What a time. But what a story.
What a story. I woke up, no blood, no bruise. So I've always said if there's one thing I can take, it's a beating.
Yeah.
I'm not a good fighter, but I could ragdoll with the best of them.
You do say that.
I'm like the Mick Foley of street fighting.
Patrick, we've done a lot of self-improving over the last 7 months now.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say I am, and I mean this with no irony, I am very proud of you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, and to see you make positive life changes, even sometimes at the expense of, it's because you quitting alcohol, it's like now you have to deal with your anger in a non-drinking way.
Yeah.
And you're learning.
What do you mean?
You're still an angry guy.
Yeah, that's true.
So for you to now wrestle with it sober is really impressive to me because you're like learning yourself and
yeah. Well, because you realize you actually have to
this
deal
is
with
the
it.
longest you've held a job.
Yeah, in like 6 years.
In a long, long time.
Yeah, and I actually love the job.
And you
like,
love the job, and you're writing all the time.
Writing every day.
And you're trying new things.
Yeah.
And you're throwing some exercise in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, really proud of you, buddy.
Thank you, man. That means a lot.
Keep in mind, it is opposite day. Loser, fuck.
And even though you've kind of been, since you moved here, it doesn't really go both ways. You've never really been down in the dumps. So I'm not more proud of you than I was when you first moved here. I think you're just a naturally gifted person who's always kind of had it. Since I've known you, you've always kind of just had it.
Wow.
So keep going.
So what you're saying is I continue to be awesome on or off alcohol, on or off drugs.
Yeah.
On or off weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think
shine
I've ever,
no matter what.
Yeah, pretty much. Like literally. It does
That's not true.
It does sound crazy, but to me you're always a fun time. Even when you're I get angry at you so it's a minimal anger. Cuz me and Heather have hung out for days where, you spend too much time cooped up with someone, you're eventually going to fight with them.
Right.
But we've never full-blown fought, which is crazy for last year where my life was at, how much of a nuisance I was on you.
I have so much patience for you for some reason.
It's incredible. The amount of patience you had with me last year, because you were all I had, really. Like, genuinely, you were all I had for, like, at least 3 months straight every day.
It was a tiresome 3 months.
And you kind of just held my hand through it, yeah.
If you ever betray me, I'm going to be really hurt.
I'll be amazed if I ever have the power to betray you. I'll be kind of... I think I would only betray you just to be like, can you believe I'm able to betray you? Can you believe I have the power to betray you?
Like, wow.
How the tides turned.
I think you're going to be very powerful, Patrick DePari.
I hope not. I hope I am as powerful.
That's what a powerful person would say.
That's what a powerful person would say. Yeah.
It's SMUDGEHAWK.
Yeah, I'd be shutting off the body cam every so often. With my power.
Yeah.
With great power comes shutting off the body cam every once in a while.
That's funny. With great Peter Parker's uncle. With great power comes shutting off that damn body cam every once in a while.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Since when is fun illegal?
Rules were meant to be broken.
Yeah.
So yeah. Podcast got all serious, and we were talking about Dr. Hot Dog before.
Oh, dude, a Dr. Hot Dog. A Dr. Hot Dog.
If only the camera could have caught a Dr. Hot Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have ADHD. A Dr. Hot Dog.
A Dr. Hot Dog.
A Dr. Hot Dog.
Yeah, man. Things got too serious. But it's okay. We can go in and out of being serious.
We can go in and out of it. Maybe that's what the world needs out of us SMUDGEHAWKS. We got to get this out of the way to bring the
Yeah, because this is... Okay.
Oh, actually, let me tell you a story about my job today.
Okay.
Because...
Oh, you're going to talk about the ladies.
I will talk about the ladies. All right, let me tell you about the ladies. So,
okay.
The two girls come in. They're half hot. They're 70% hot.
Okay.
They're not full-blown hot to where I'm like, I get it. You're allowed to treat me this way. So I walk up to the register. I go, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I'm kind of just me. Yeah. Hey, how are you? And they kind of go, like, full-on dismiss my existence.
Rough.
Which also I noticed they walked up slow, like they were looking at the menu like, that's what you have. Which is like, I work here. I don't...
And you don't have to be here.
And yeah, leave. There's thousands of restaurants around.
Isn't it crazy how negative people always want to stay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, you don't have to be here. No, we'd rather emotionally fuck every bit of joy out of this room.
Well, it's, yeah.
I hate a suck fuck.
Yeah.
Vampire fucking energy.
Misery loves suck fucking.
Hate that shit.
No, it's the worst. It's the worst. So they have that energy of like, why? I hate. So then they fucking come to me and the girl goes, and they speak quiet because they're so hot. Fucking listen up. She goes, do you have a London fog? And I went, what? She goes, do you have a London fog? And I was like, oh, I'm not doing this with you. And I went, what's a London fog? I don't know what that is. And she went, it's an Earl Grey tea with steamed milk in it. And I was like, just ask for an Earl Grey tea with steamed milk in it. What? She was like, it's crazy to be a barista, but I guess that's...
She said that?
Yeah. It's crazy to be a barista and not know. I'm not like saying anything, but like, it's just crazy. No one here knows. It's not just you. Which I was like, well, yeah, just order Earl Grey. If you were Chinese, you wouldn't come to America and speak fucking Chinese. And go, it's crazy no one speaks Chinese here. You'd speak American. But you'd be an American man. But
this podcast is sponsored by Kyle Rittenhouse. It says.
So she goes, you have a London fog. And I say, I don't know what that is. Earl Grey steamed milk. And I go, oh, okay, yeah, I'll get you. So then the other girl goes, does your lavender have sugar in it? And I was like, yeah, it does. And she went, it does? Like a hardcore, it does? Like it's fresh lavender flowers that we have. Yeah, it's fucking syrup. It's flavor. Syrup flavor.
Yeah.
It says on the menu syrups. It doesn't say flavors. It says syrups because that's what it is. And then she goes, so what? And but keep in mind, there's a fucking right on the register. There's a giant syrup flavor list. What sugar-free items do you have? And I go, we have vanilla and brown sugar cinnamon. And she goes, that's all? And I was like, yeah, that's all we have. And she goes, okay, make me a latte, hot, oat milk, and do half a pump of the brown sugar cinnamon. And I was like, all right. And then
I would have flipped.
It's crazy. It's more of in the moment I was more like just wow, you guys are insane. It's an insane way to act. So then I just made their drinks wrong because I was like, fuck you.
Yeah,
I gave the girl who wanted the London Fog.
Yeah.
She wanted oat milk. And I gave her skim milk.
Nice.
And then the girl who wanted the half pump of brown sugar cinnamon, she got 2 pumps of brown sugar cinnamon. And you could, so then that's it. That's the end of that exchange.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, I'm playing chess on my phone. And the girl comes up to me and she goes, there's a cockroach in the center of the building. And I was like, what? She was like, there's a cockroach in the center of the building. We're trying to get it. Can you get it? And I was like, yes, I'll get it. Calm down. So then I walked up. It's a cricket. And I turned to him and I went, that's a cricket. They come out when it rains. And they were like, oh. And I was like, so then I just kind of smashed the cricket with a broom and I swept it up. But that was the end of them. And then I was just kind of staring at them for the next 30 minutes they were there, and I was like, you guys aren't hot enough to be treating me like this.
Yeah, you got to know how hot you are versus how you got to treat people.
Yeah.
I treat people very well because I'm not that hot.
Yeah. There's a lot of girls who think they're hot because of, like, their outfit and stuff,
Right.
but they don't realize they are shaped like that thing you squeeze and the eyes pop out.
Yeah.
What are those things called?
Mr. like Tubies or something?
Mr. Tubies?
I don't know.
They have, like, weird, like, cartoon
I know exactly
builds.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, focus on your silhouette is ugly.
Yeah. Or just don't be a piece of shit.
Don't be a piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I'm saying is they have jowls, and they don't know it.
Yeah.
I wanted to walk up and say, hey, you know you have jowls, right? Don't ask for a London Fog if you have jowls.
Yeah.
Or at least ask for a London Fog, but don't get mad when I don't know what it is.
Right.
Because you have jowls.
Right.
You really don't get to pick and choose if you have jowls.
I wonder where they work. Do you think they were like entitled little rich kids?
Probably, yeah. The area I work in is nice.
Yeah.
Only the people in those buildings around me.
Dude, let me see your phone and keep talking. And unlock it. Keep talking.
Don't post anything.
I'm not going to.
Only the people in the buildings around my work come into my work. So they all live in the heart of the city.
Are you on the 2nd Street one? Or the Waterson Ave?
1102 Sabine.
1102 Sabine.
Yeah. Bleep that out. I don't want people to know where I
Okay.
work. Although a lady came into my work the other day and she went, are you a comic? And I was like, I am a comic. She was like, my friend follows you. We think you're so funny. We saw you at East Austin. And I was
Oh
like,
my God.
I was like, that fucking rules. It was very nice. That's the first time that's ever happened to me.
That's amazing. So, any other nightmare customers? Or not? We got to fill up the dead space, Pat.
What do you mean?
Well, like, what are some of your...
Oh, here's the story. I wasn't going to talk about the hot girls. This was the story I was going to tell you. I get hit on a lot at my job.
Nice.
I told you about the one kid who, he came in, young kid, kind of looked like fucking one of the One Direction boys, but chubby. And he goes, he comes up to me and he's talking and he orders and he's kind of just talking a lot for ordering. And then I go, all right, I'll be. And then he kind of follows me to the espresso machine and he's talking more. And I was like, all right. So then it was the end of the night. We were closing And there was like 20 minutes left, and we have a bunch of pastries. So I walked over to him. Oh, we had a bunch of tacos left over. So I walked over to him and his friend group, and I said, hey, do you guys want, I have like 10 tacos left over. I'm going to toss them. Do you guys want them? And they were like, oh my God, yeah. Yes. Oh my, wow. And the kid goes, that's so sweet of you. You're so sweet. Do you know that? And I was like, yeah, man. Yeah. So then I gave him his taco. So then I was going to just walk over his tacos, but he came up to the desk and he goes, hey, I feel like I come in here a lot. You're always so sweet. What's your name? And I was like, I'm Patrick. And he went, Patrick, where are you from? And I was like, I'm from Boston. And he was like, Boston Patrick. That's such a manly name. Like, that's so strong.
Patrick, I gotta quickly interrupt you.
What?
Because I think this is about you. This is a review from Ian Henderson. Nice space, but don't want to hear staff members talking about right-wing politics and mocking liberals as a paying customer. 2 out of 5 stars.
I don't know if I told you, I'm pretty positive that is from the day that you and me were in Joe's joking about being a conservative comic. We were ironically doing conservative comedy, and we kept going like, everyone's gay. If you're a woman, you're gay. Like everyone
These days is super gay.
Everyone's gay.
And you can't go to the bathroom anymore without getting fucked.
Babies don't even drink bottles. They suck cocks all day.
Yeah.
We were so
You know they're making cock bottles for the liberal babies? No, this is serious. Look it up.
So we were ironically doing that. And I think some guy genuinely was like, these are these guys' beliefs? It was like, no,
I
dude.
always think of like everyone who misinterprets what I say as like some sort of thing.
It's crazy.
Because like
you think you put a voice on it, nobody's
yeah.
gonna take it serious.
A lot of
But those
people
just
can't
think, wow,
sense
that guy-
sarcasm,
No.
or I've gotten so good at it that
Right. Well, we're great actors. That's the thing.
because it's
Comedians
for
are
the
great
bit.
actors.
It's for the bit.
Right. You want to pass it off as real.
Right.
That's what we do.
Right.
David Jolly came into my work.
Ooh.
Ooh. Boy, did I turn it on for him, and I didn't think twice that I was at work in a full room. The room was full. And David Jolly came up and he goes, oh, shit, Patrick, you work here? I was like, yeah, how you doing, man? And I gave him a coffee and everything. And then he came around. And he was just chilling behind the counter with me, which I was like, all right. All right, I guess we're doing that. And he goes, what's the people like here? And I just went, they're all fucking uppity, yuppie, fucking rich assholes. Just fully, oh, I'm talking to my friend David Jolly. And he was like, what's like the craziest story? And I was like, dude, one time, because this is a true story. One time a homeless guy came in and he had no shirt, no shoes. His pants were all ripped. He had like scrub socks. Like he just got out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, you know how like a doctor will wear like scrubs over their shoes?
Yeah.
He had like those on. And he had like a glove hanging out of his back pocket. And he was all, just kind of fucked up. And he had a 7-Eleven cup with like things in it. And he took all the things and then he was talking into the thing like he was a cadet. Like he was like breaker, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
He was like the fucking mission control. And he was talking into and then he was listening into it, going crazy. And everybody was like, looks to me like, because they're all just rich white people.
Yeah.
So they've never seen a homeless person like get so far into a business before. Because I fully was just watching them like, just mouth agape like, wow, what's this going to be? I wonder what's going to happen. Not thinking, oh, I'm the guy who has to do something about it.
Right.
Because I hate being in that position.
Sure.
So then everyone looked to me like, you have to do it. So I kind of just walked up to him and I went, hey, you can't be in here, man. If you gotta buy something. And he just pulled out a $20 bill and he goes, whatever that gets me.
He called the bluff.
He called the bluff.
Yeah.
He became a real person in that moment. Like he fully was like, I know exactly. And he slapped down, whatever that gets me. And I was like, and I just looked at everybody else like, he's a paying customer now. I can't. He's stuck here. I can't. But then I grabbed the bill and I went, what do you want? And he went, whatever that gets me. However much coffee that gets me. And I was like, well, what? I was like, it gets you a lot.
Did you give that guy like 4 coffees?
Yeah, I ended up giving him 4 like iced coffees and 2 tacos. And I just handed it to him. Like I gave him a carrier of drinks and tacos. And he was like, perfect. And he just started eating like a psychopath.
Damn.
Just eating, slobbering everywhere. And he like spilled his drink and he started scratching stickers off the table and shit and like clawing at the table. It was insane.
Jesus.
And I just had to be like, he's a paying customer. I don't know what to, I can't kick him out. I don't know what to do here. And then he goes, and then my boss came in and was like, what the fuck is that? Like, my boss freaked out because she was like, what's happening? You served this man? And I was like, yeah, he pulled out a $20 bill. I don't know what to do. She was like, he has no shirt. You're allowed to kick a man out without a shirt, which I didn't think. I didn't know no shirt, no suit, no shoes, no service. I didn't know that's a real thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a real thing.
Yeah, I think it is. Well, the business has every right to kick someone out.
For just being homeless? For assuming he's homeless?
Well, I mean, he's shirtless with with hospital scrubs, shoes.
Yeah, that's all right. But my boss came in and she was like, get out. Like, walked up to him and was like, you need to go. Get out. Go. Which I was like, that's what I didn't want to do.
Right.
You're riling this guy up. You're really getting him going. He's excited now. And he went, call the cops. Call the cops. Immediately. And she went, all right. And she just called the cops, and I was like, oh, come on. Now, see, what I did was normal. I served him. He's gonna leave in about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
What you're doing is escalating a situation to a possible body cam being shut off. Somebody's gonna die.
Right.
You know? But this is a white guy, by the way. The homeless guy's white. Just in case anyone was assuming he's black. He's a white guy.
Wow.
This is a white guy the whole time.
Wow.
So, yeah. But yeah, my boss fucking called the cops. And then the cops showed up. So then my boss called the cops. He left. Like, as soon as she hung up the phone, he left. And I was like, yeah, exactly. Now you just wasted.
Now the cops are gonna come here, and
then the cops showed up.
It's like, what do they do?
Yeah, and then the cops showed up, and they were like, what was happening? And she was like, he was in here. And I was like, yeah, see, that's what's gonna happen.
Right.
He was in here. He didn't do anything. He was in here, and he bought $20 worth of coffee.
Yeah.
That's what you called the cops on him for looking like he looks.
Yeah.
So that's what, and then they were just kind of like, because they walked up and looked at me, and they were like, you called? And I was like, I didn't call. My boss did. She's back there. And then she came out and was like, he was there. He was just there. So then she kind of seems crazy.
He was just there. I promise.
He was just there. He was talking into the 7-Eleven phone.
You should have been like, I never saw anybody.
I told her not. I don't know what's going on. I called you about her. I should have got my boss arrested. Hey, she's the one on there. Hey, I need her pulled out of here. I'm the manager.
She keeps on saying she owns this place.
She scratched off all the stickers up there.
And look, guys, I don't want to make this a no body cam situation, but she has been slobbering and drooling and handed me a $20. And it's threatened the customers on zero occasion.
She's only wearing a shirt because I made her.
Yeah.
I gave her that
That's
shirt.
my
She's
shirt.
wearing-
That's my shirt.
That's my backup work shirt.
That's my backup work shirt. And she'll say anything to convince you otherwise. But
Between me and you, if he shut the body cams off, I'm not going to tell anybody.
between me and you, if you buried 2 bullets, no one would.
I gotta go. It'd be so funny if I fully got my boss killed.
You like your boss a lot, though.
No, she's great. She's a great human being. Yeah, if it was a shitty boss, great moment to
I hope
take
she's not a
advantage.
SMUDGEHAWK fan.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I'm telling David Jolly that story. So I'm telling David, that's the point of this.
Okay.
I'm telling David Jolly this story out loud because I was like making fun of the people in the story. I was like, yeah, all these rich, dumb white people scared of homeless people. And David Jolly's like, ha, ha, ha. And we were the loudest we've ever been. And he was like, well, if these motherfuckers got money, fuck it. And I went, hell yeah, fuck them. We were just going at it. And then he dabbed me up and hugged me and was like, I love you, brother. And I was like, I love you too, man. And he walked out. But then you could tell everybody was like, holy shit, who the fuck is this barista? This guy knows black people.
Well,
And
if
he
they don't
hugged them.
know you're a comic, then it's like they're just having crazy conversations. Because I remember we've been in there and had crazy conversations.
Insane conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Timmons comes in sometimes, and me and him will just fucking get crazy, get wild with
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Just
Getting
inappropriate
crazy.
stuff.
Oh, I mean, I used to work at Poke. I'd get crazy.
Well, luckily that was all comics.
Yeah.
But still, even when there were customers, but when I was there and there was a customer there, I would turn to the customer and go, "Hey, you're a human. Like, what do you think of this argument?" And they would always kind of chime in. People like being included in something.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
But sometimes you see it where it's like one of the spouse or like one of them is just like,
Right.
we came in here and it's like, look, the comics have taken over this business and you're going to have to accept, because the reality is we have the best poke for miles and miles.
True. Truly.
So if you want to step on my turf, you better enjoy what's going on.
Yeah. You're kind of getting...
Because we're making jokes and your customer experience does not trump my joy.
Yeah. And it's a gorilla cage.
Yeah. And
It's a cage of monkeys and gorillas.
if we got more pay, I'd act more professionally, wouldn't I?
100%. $12 an hour is not realistic in this world.
$12 an hour can barely survive.
That's... Yeah.
And I'm overworked and I've got a full-time night job
Yeah.
when I was working there. And now I'm a full-time comic, but when I was there, I was like, I'm doing both.
Yeah.
Guess what? This is who I am.
Yeah.
If there's a negative Yelp review, I'll lie. I will lie
I'll comment back.
and I'll comment back and I'll
Yeah.
find you.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do revenge on customers because everyone thinks that nothing can happen back to them.
Yeah.
But I've always just wanted to.
I did one once when I worked at I was like 18. I worked at the 99 restaurants in Tewksbury, Mass. I only worked there for Christmas. I just needed money for Christmas. And I was like, I'm going to work here 2 weeks before Christmas. So I was on like my seventh.
Get a little Christmas cash.
Yeah, I was on like my 7th day, finishing my first week, and I worked with this girl, Haley, who I went to school with, and we were like buddy. We were friends, and I liked her. She was nice, and she was nice. She was a sweet girl, and this fucking woman. The restaurant had that like to go. We run it out to your car parking spots, and it was kind of like a 5 minutes or less type situation, where as soon as they pull up, you just kind of run the food. So then me and Haley were talking, and, you know, it's like December 22nd. Christmas is right around the corner. It's snowing outside. It's a nice night. It's slow. So me and Haley were just talking, showing each other shit on the phone. And this girl comes in, and she goes, hello? And Haley's like, oh, hi. And she goes, I was parked out there for 6 minutes. And Haley was like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Let me see. What did you order? And she went, it doesn't matter what I ordered. I was out there for 6 minutes. And she's like freaking out. So then I kind of step in, and there's a line. There's a bunch of people like waiting around. So they're all like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on? And I stepped in and I was like, hey, let's calm down. Lower your voice. And she was like, lower my voice? It's 5 minutes or less. And I was out and I went, oh, 6 minutes. Oh my God, I didn't realize it was 1 minute more than the fucking time it was supposed to be.
Sure.
One minute, fuck. Imagine all the things you could have done with that minute. And she was like, just fully middle-aged white woman, you know, with the classic Karen bob. And I went, no, Haley, go get the food really quick. Hurry up. And she was like, who are you to speak to me like this? And I was like, who are you to talk to her like that? She's a fucking 18-year-old girl. You're like 38. Calm the fuck down. And she was like, I want your manager right now. Who are you to talk to me like this? And I was like, oh, you want the manager? No, you want a free meal is what you want. You want to prove to all these people you're in the right and you want a free meal. And it's going to get comped. Don't worry. I know you need that. Which she didn't.
Wow.
Yeah. And she was fully like, and then everyone like waiting for their table is like, wow. This is the best day of my life. And I was like, so then my manager comes up, and you know, he's just pervy, fucking typical restaurant manager, Harvey Weinstein looking guy. He comes up and he's like, what's happening? He's sweating because he was just yelling at everybody in the kitchen. What's happening? And I go, no, here he is. He's gonna comp your meal. No, go for it. Comp her meal. And she goes, he And she's trying to tell the story, and I go, oh, come on, spit it out. We all saw what happened. Tell him the story. Tell him how long you waited. And she was like, you're a mean person. And I went, no, you're a loser is what you are. You're a loser. And you need to look in the mirror and think about that. I went hard on her.
Nice.
And then my manager was like, Patrick, you gotta stop it. What are you doing? And I went, no, comp her meal. Do it. Go for it. Comp her fucking meal. You're a loser. And it's going to taste so good. It's going to be a free crunch wrap. Oh. And she got her meal comped, it was like $13.
Yeah.
It was a wrap. It was a chicken wrap and fries.
Yeah.
And then she opened it and she was like, it's cold. And I went, it's cold. It's cold, everybody. Did you hear that? 6 minutes and it's cold? No way. And then my boss was like, Patrick, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. I can't. Come on, man. You gotta. I can't protect you. You've gone too far. You've crossed the threshold of my protection. So then I do kind of calm down, and I'm just staring at her, smiling like a cunt. I'm being a cunt back. I'm matching her energy.
Sure.
So I'm just kind of sitting there, like, oh, it's free. It's gonna be free meal. And then, she leaves and everything, and I worked for the rest of the night, and everybody kept being like, "You're gonna get fired," and I was like, "No, I'm not." I fully was like, in my mind, I was like, I know I'm not gonna get fired. Why would I get fired for that? Because I genuinely was like, I told it how it is. Did everyone see it?
Yeah. Did you get fired?
So then I just worked the rest of my night. No one said anything. So I worked the rest of the night. There was like an hour and a half left. And then I just clocked out and I was like, peace, everybody. I'll see you guys. So then I come in the next day, fully dressed up in my suit and everything. And I walk in the kitchen and the upper manager above the fucking Patrick, you gotta stop. Above that guy, his boss. She comes out and she goes, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm scheduled today. And she was like, are you kidding me? You really think you work here still? And I was like, you're really gonna fire me over that? And she went, and she goes, the lady you yelled at last night wrote the longest email about your interaction to the CEO of the 99 restaurant, the family that started the 99 restaurant, and every location of the 99 restaurant was all linked into this email chain. She found everybody who ever had any ownership, everybody. And she was like, yeah, so you're fucking fired. And I was like, can I read the email, please? And she was like, yes. Fine. And I read the email, and it was fucking word for word everything that happened. Which I was like, I fucking got her so good.
Yeah.
The fact that she went home and relived it all and wrote it all and found the CEO's email. She was so affected by what I said, and it made me so happy to know that. And then I read it all, and I just kind of laughed, and I hugged my manager, and I was like, sorry. It was nice knowing you. She was like, honestly, I wouldn't have fired you if she didn't write that email. And I was like, that fucking rules. Thank you. So I'll always rep the 99 restaurants because of that. Yeah.
Incredible.
And that was the one time I ever just fucking gave it back.
Yeah.
To somebody. So hard. When I called her a loser, everyone, you know how in a sitcom when something happens and everyone goes, It was fully, loser brought it to a new level. She was like no one had ever.
No one said
no
it.
one had ever talked to her.
But
like
that's
that
loser
before.
behavior.
That's what a loser. Yeah.
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 That is
Winners don't get affected when they're called losers.
No.
Because they're not.
Because they're not. But she is.
I hope the chicken sandwich tasted good.
Let's find her and and burn down her house. Let's
take it far. We don't apologize. We burn her house down. Remember me?
Bet you I can burn down your house in 6 minutes or less.
Here's 99 reasons why I'm burning your fucking house down.
Be sure to include it in the email. Yeah, I had a couple. I would do small things. Like.
Yeah, that was a blow up on my end.
Yeah.
That was.
I would be really curt. Or like at Poke when someone wouldn't tip. The moment they didn't tip, I was so like warm coming up, and then they wouldn't tip, and I would just. And they'd even try to save it. They'd even try to save it, and they'd be like, "Have a good day," and I'd be like.
That's kind of how I am at my job now.
I go shame. I go
Yeah.
shame route.
It's crazy, especially when you have a good interaction with them.
Yeah.
And then you turn the screen and you're like, because you're making you have to
this
look
guy
at me.
This guy Dylan would always come in, and then he would. It's weird because you know what happened. I've noticed this in social interactions. If someone's like a dick to you constantly, and then you're a dick back, then they're like, "Oh, I like you now."
Yeah.
And
true.
I think that shit is lame as fuck.
It is crazy.
So, I used to have someone who, before I was a door guy at the store, would just treat me like shit, and then I became a door guy, and then he was nice like that, and I hated him more than anyone. Because I was like, if you're going to be a dick, you better be consistent.
Right. Yeah, hate me forever.
Yeah, don't be a coward now.
Unless I actually, like, you go.
Because now you're a loser and a coward.
Yeah, and if you're going to be friendly to me, come to me and go, hey, I hated you, and I was mean to you, but I didn't know you, and I'm sorry. Something like that. Because I've done that to people where I'm like, I fully didn't know you or trust you. And Brent Reed is a guy, the first night I met him, I was talking to him in the green room for like an hour. And I just turned to him and I went, I don't like you. Like, I genuinely don't like you. I don't trust you. I don't care for you. And he was like, oh my God, wow. He's fully like, holy shit, no one, what the hell? And then like a month later, I like bumped into him at Creek and I was talking to him and I went, hey, by the way, I was so mean to you the first night I met you. It was just because I'm just standoffish around new people and I'm genuinely sorry. I really like you. And he was like, holy shit, I like you too. I'm so happy you said that. And I fully was just, it was just me being like, I don't know who you are.
Brent Reed's a gem.
Brent Reed's the best. He's a sweetheart.
Why didn't you like him at first?
I don't know. I just didn't trust him. There was something about the way he was talking. Oh, I was on acid. That's what it was. I was on a little bit of acid. And the way he was talking to me, just my acid brain was kind of like, this doesn't feel right.
Patrick, you might be right.
Yeah, true.
Sorry, Brent.
The acid might have been telling me some secrets.
No.
But
it is probably just you're just high in that state.
Yeah. So here's the story I wanted to tell you.
Yeah.
It involves
Well, then get on with it.
This is before, because we could make this I could text. All right. So I work in a coffee shop in an apartment building. And the apartment building has a front desk that always has a new worker.
Okay.
There's always someone new working the front desk. It's like a week to week. I think the apartment has many apartments, and they kind of rotate the front desk worker.
Okay.
Because every week like the person who was there the first week will be there like the fifth week. And then it'll rotate like that forever. So this guy comes in today, new guy, never seen him before. I've been working there 5 months, and this guy has not been in before. He kind of looks like if John McCain was more of like a buff guy.
Okay. So older guy. I know what John McCain looks like.
Older guy. He comes in, he's wearing a suit and everything. I say hi to him, and he comes up and he goes, hey man, I rushed to work today. I didn't get to cook myself a meal or pick up anything. Do you happen to have any food? And he was like, you could just store it away later, like once you close, even if you close at 7. And I was like, I only have 1 taco left. I'll just give it to you. And he was like, oh, really? Would you do that? And I was like, yeah, it's 1. I'm honestly not going to sell it. And then I gave it to him, and he went, what do I owe you? And I was like, nothing, you're good. And he goes, thank you, man. That's, hell yeah, thank you. And he walked away, and I was like, yeah. So then he comes back like an hour later, and he goes, hey, man, I'm here till midnight. And I I gotta have, just give me, I don't know what I want specifically. I don't know the menu. Just give me something large, iced, lot of caffeine. And I was like, yeah, I know exactly what. And I made him like a cold brew chocolate hazelnut thing. Because he was like, I want it like a little sweet. So I made like the perfect cold brew drink for him, and I gave it to him, and he went, what do I owe you? And I went, yeah, we're neighbors. It's on the house today. And he was like, oh, wow, you're really spoiling me, huh? And I was like, yeah. And he walks away. Then he comes up to me, which, by the way, I do this for everybody who works at that front desk. I give them whatever they want on the house. If they go to a drink and a taco, yeah, it's only like $5. We're neighbors in the business. Why would I charge you?
Sure, yeah.
So then he comes back up to me an hour later, and he hands me this card, and he goes, hey, if you ever need anything. And he gives me a little wink. And he gives me this card. And
wow.
At first, I didn't think about it. I was just like, oh, this guy, like, yeah, I didn't know what it meant. He gave me his card with his number and email on it, and he said, if you ever need anything, hit me up. Gave me a wink. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. Because I wasn't thinking, like, because I thought for some reason, like, oh, this guy's like a bodyguard or something, or like a carpenter or something. And then as I'm looking at the card, it says Major Geek, and it has his phone number on it. And it says, Major Geek, I'll tweak it until it gigahertz. Very major, very geeky. That's all that's on.
Well, he's like a computer guy.
I looked into this. So then I went on the internet. I looked up his name. I looked up his, like, this company. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as Major Geek. There's no company with this name. And I found his Instagram, to which he only has one photo of himself. He has no Facebook. He has no LinkedIn. If you Google him, nothing comes up. He has one Instagram with one picture. He has one Facebook with one picture. No posts, nothing. Major Geek isn't a company he works for.
Well, okay, let me see the guy.
This is what he looks like.
Okay. Well, he's in front of a computer. That's something.
He's in front of a computer.
Yeah, he's a computer guy.
But this is the thing. He didn't say anything about that. And I don't work a computer job.
Do you think he was trying to hit on you?
I think I gave the wrong idea by being like, it's on the house. We're neighbors. And he was like, and the mustache is over the top.
Well, it's weird because the email, without saying the actual email, is a woman's name.
Yes. I also noticed that. But he didn't imply anything. And the wink, he gave me the card. He said, if you ever need anything, let me know.
You gotta.
He did it cool. I can't really wink.
Well, you were also talking about a couple months, maybe a month ago, that a certain plumber also gave you sexual. Now, is it possible that these people are just being nice, or does everyone want to fuck you?
That's right. The guy, the guy who works there, also gave me his number and name.
But and let's say
And
they're
he
both
said-
they're both old.
This is whoa. This is actually weird. I didn't even think about that. So there's a guy who works at my job. He's a plumber, carpenter, whatever. He's a construction worker, and he just fixes things around. And then he comes out, and he's just kind of sitting close to me. There's a back room. It's kind of like a break room, but it's tiny. So he comes into that room. I'm sitting there listening to music, like writing. And he comes in there, and he's just like, hey, man, how you doing? And he's as close to you and me are right now in a small, tight little closet, pretty much. And he's like kind of edging closer to me and closer, which I'm like, backing up because I'm like, you're cornering me, man. This is fucking weird. And he's forcing conversation. Hard forcing conversation. You need anything fixed around here? You need any, like a guy trying to fuck a woman. In like a, you know, like a, I could fix that. I could build you a house. And he's seemingly flirting with me to a degree that I left. I was like, can you, and I made him excuse me, which he didn't move. He moved, but he didn't leave the room with me.
Yeah.
He wasn't like, oh yeah, I'll leave first so you can, he just kind of walked so I could like nudge past him. And then he's sitting by me and he edges closer to me, shoulder to shoulder, and he goes, man, you need, I don't know, if you need anything. I mean, I don't need to, because if I did need anything, I would call my boss and be like, hey, tell this guy to fix this or whatever, which I would never, and I never have. So then he goes, you know, just to like cut ties between, like, cut out the middleman. Here's my number and here's my number and name. If you ever need anything, just let me know. And I was like, all right. And it was in a flirtatious way. But this is the second guy to do this now.
Wow.
And maybe it's them just being like,
they might just be old guys.
Maybe
that's how old people communicate.
After that, the guy, I was so curious about that guy giving me his name and number that I
looked him up, right?
I downloaded Grindr, and I looked to see like if it was like 0 feet away, this fucking guy with this name, and he wasn't on there, and I was like, huh, all right, maybe I'm crazy. So then this guy, I did the same thing. I downloaded Grindr to be like, is this guy? He wasn't on there. So maybe this is the old man's Grindr.
His business cards.
Business cards.
Yeah.
I think that's the old man's Grindr.
Or they're just old guys that were trying to be nice to you.
And I'm like, you're gay.
You trying to fuck me?
It might be that I have like a crazy ego. And I'm like, everybody's trying
Why
to
is
fuck
everyone
me.
giving me their business cards trying to fuck me?
This guy's a carpenter. This guy's a tech wizard.
Yeah, right.
These guys just want to fuck my ass. Yeah. Maybe I'm crazy.
Or maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Who knows?
Maybe I'm right. I think there's a sliver of a chance I'm right.
There could be a sliver of a chance.
But my thought was maybe we text this guy. I almost went up to him, which I was thinking about this, and I was like, it's crazy that I have the just idea to do this. Because I almost did it. And the reason I didn't do it was because I just left.
Right.
It wasn't because I was like, I can't do that. But I almost walked up to him and went, hey, man, is this for business or for pleasure?
That would have been so weird.
Hey, I never asked you.
And what if he says pleasure?
I would have gone, oh, okay. All right. Now I know. I was so curious to know. If he said
But
pleasure,
what if
I
he was
would've
like, no, business? Jesus Christ. I mean, Patrick, this guy has a terrible business card. It's probably just business. I think he's just an older guy with a small business.
But why wouldn't he tell me about it? We're working right next to each other. You think he would go, hey, if you ever need anything like tech-wise, I'm an internet guy. I'm a computer guy.
I think the wink was like, I'm into computers.
I don't think so. Do you think this guy looks gay?
I mean, the old guys you can't tell because most of them are closeted and just like cheat.
He doesn't have pictures
single.
of him with a wife.
He's got a military cut for hair.
Well, I think that's just because he's balding and that's all he can afford to do.
Sure.
Without just being bald.
Yeah. Rolling Stone shirt, not that
Pretty
gay.
straight, yeah.
But then again, it's like you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, I don't. I definitely.
I have gotten 2 business cards and thought, that's gay.
Both of these men want to fuck me.
These guys are gay and they want to have sex with me.
And they're doing it via business card.
Yeah. I think business cards are the old man's Grindr.
Well, that's an interesting theory. And maybe you're right. But there is a possibility you're wrong.
Yeah. It would have been funny if I walked up to him and I went, business or pleasure?
That's insane. Like if I was
fuck? It's
if I was that old guy and it was like me trying to fuck you and then you said business or pleasure, I'd be like business. It would ruin it for me.
Hey man, is this your real company or are you trying to fuck me?
Both. Can I get that card back? That's what I would.
I think to give someone, a stranger, your phone number and not tell them what you do. With the card has limited information on it.
I think it's when he says, if you ever need anything, it's like, look at the business card. This is what I do. And then he gives a wink.
Let's not forget that on the card, it says, I'll tweak it until it gigahertz.
Yeah, that's a technology pun.
Very major and very geeky.
Those aren't sex adjectives.
Those are innuendos.
No.
Very freaky.
It doesn't say very freaky.
I'll tweak it until it hurts.
Not until it hurts.
I'll tweak it until it gigahertz is crazy.
Until it gigahertz.
And if you did do that as like a kind of like a guy trying to be like, I'm like trying to flirt with whoever I give this business card to.
I think he's just an old guy that was trying to pull a dad joke in his business card. And I think that's his wife's email. And I think this is a situation that's gone to your head.
It's so funny because I was gonna say as a bit for the podcast, I should text the guy. Is this for business or for pleasure?
Yeah.
Should we?
Yeah.
Now you got me free.
Was he wearing a ring?
No.
He might be up.
Because I almost just walked up to him because I didn't. He walked away so fast that before, like, it took me like 5 minutes to actually look at the card and be like, wait, what the fuck is this card for? What does he mean by if you ever need anything? He didn't explain what he does for work.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
And he gave me when I did the like, oh no, it's on the house, man. We're neighbors. You're good.
You're right.
And he went, oh, you're spoiling me, huh? And I was like, yeah. That was a little gay.
No, I think it's banter.
To give a stranger your business card is crazy.
Not really. That's why business cards exist. So that you can give a stranger your business card.
That is what.
That's almost the sole reason they exist.
That's the full reason to give someone. Yeah. All right. Maybe they're not trying to fuck me. But if I ever see him again, I am going to ask him.
I think next episode, you should keep that card and we'll text him.
All right.
And we'll send him a picture of you. Be like, hey, you told me to text the number if I need anything. And then we play it from there.
If he's ever at
live on SMUDGEHAWKS.
Live on SMUDGEHAWKS. That might be the best move. I might, if I see him at work, I might bring it up and go, hey, what did you mean by that? Like,
don't say that.
No, I'm going to go, what do you do? You said if I never need anything, what do you do exactly? I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Hey, you gave me your card, and I don't know. What do you do exactly? Are you like you're a computer guy? Bring it up casually.
Is this your wife's email?
Or do you want to fuck
me? Hey, is this your wife's email, or is this just directly to you?
Or do you want to fuck me? Or is this your mom's email, and it's a family business?
Is this your mom's email? And if so, do you want to fuck me? Who should I send the fuck email to? This number or your mom? All right, that was a fun episode.
That was a great episode.
Yeah.
How long did we do?
About an hour 50.
2 hours?
Yeah.
Wow.
Close to it.
How much do you think we're going to cut? 20?
I'm not cutting shit.
You're not cutting anything?
I'm not cutting shit.
We said something that we have to cut.
Probably. We're gonna have to get used to that, Patrick. I'll probably in the beginning you say a few slurs in a row that I'll probably bleep.
Bleep out, yeah.
Yeah. But other than that.
All right. There was something we got to cut. I'm pretty positive there was
Maybe. Okay. Well, Pat, this was a good first app.
This was a great episode.
Hey, thanks for listening to SMUDGEHAWKS with us. And Pat and I are just starting this venture of putting out shit. So we're excited to do that together. And this is going to be a weekly thing. So
And we're going to do it for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I think so.
One day we're going to be doing this.
And maybe next episode you could ask me a question or two.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Later, SMUDGEHAWKS.
That was a great episode.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That felt very natural. We did it.
We did.
SpongeHawk episode 1.
Yeah.
There was one thing we had to cut. I forget what it was. I don't know. There was something we were talking about that I was like, you have to cut that.